Empowering strategies. 7 Stoic lessons for easy disrespect handling. We can get agitated and frustrated trying to handle disrespect. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, helps us handle challenging situations with wisdom and grace. We will examine 7 practical Stoic ideas that help us handle disrespect. I encourage you to persevere and join me to the end. Start this transformative adventure together. 1. Keep calm. One of the most important teachings taught by Stoicism is to keep your cool. It teaches us that external occurrences do not disturb our inner calm, but rather our views and interpretations of these events. Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher, perfectly encapsulates this idea. People are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. This means that disrespect does not have any inherent hurt or offense. Our subjective analysis and assessment of disrespect causes us to feel wounded or angry. As a result, when confronted with disrespect, it is critical to recognize that the perpetrator's action is influenced by their beliefs, feelings, and points of view, which do not indicate their genuine worth or value. This invaluable information assists you in remaining cool and insulating your emotional condition from the impact of their disrespect. 2. A crucial Stoic aspect of self-contemplation. Stoicism views self-reflection and self-examination as critical to having a fulfilled life. The Stoics were staunch believers that the essence of our thoughts impacts the overall quality of our existence. As a result, we must always strive for personal betterment, both in our acts and in our character. As Marcus Aurelius so brilliantly stated, the satisfaction we obtain from life is determined by the quality of our thoughts. When faced with disrespect, we must reflect and ask ourselves probing questions. Is there any truth to the other person's claims or actions? Could I unintentionally contribute to this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? Such introspection allows us to gain a more complete knowledge of the event and our role in it. Self-reflection allows us to base our responses on rational judgment rather than impulsive reactions, which is a manifestation of Stoic philosophy. It aids in learning from the situation, personal growth, and wisdom cultivation. Another important lesson from Stoicism is the value of pausing. As Seneca eloquently observed, rage is not merely a passing annoyance, but an opportunity to notice a recurring pattern. Stoics place a high value on self-control and logic. They argue that behaving rashly based on strong emotions such as rage or irritation always results in poor decisions and avoidable suffering. The Stoic approach advocates preventing hasty reactions in the face of disrespect. Instead, it encourages pausing for a moment to regain control of our emotions and reply with calm thinking. This intentional stop permits our actions to better fit with Stoic concepts of wisdom and self-control. Avoiding impulsive reactions allows us to engage in more useful and less emotionally charged relationships in the face of disrespect. This Stoic method of pausing aids in retaining composure and making sound decisions. It eventually leads to more good outcomes and fosters personal growth. 3. Have empathy. Epictetus and other famous Stoic thinkers emphasized the value of empathy. They encourage us to look for goodness within ourselves rather than outside of ourselves. According to Stoicism, humanity is interconnected, and by understanding others' motivations and feelings, we can develop better interactions and achieve personal progress. When confronted with disrespect, Stoicism advises using empathy. It encourages us to put ourselves in the shoes of the other person and genuinely understand their point of view. By doing so, we can see the situation from a different perspective and recognize that their disrespect may not be personal or malicious, but rather the result of insecurities, fears, or ignorance. Empathy also permits us to build compassion for the individual, which reduces our negative feelings toward them. This adjustment in viewpoint allows us to respond more respectfully and dignifiedly, rather than taking their words or actions personally. Furthermore, empathy allows us to genuinely comprehend the individual's feelings, motivations, and points of view. We can reply with love and respect instead of anger or defensiveness. This strategy keeps confrontations at bay and allows us to maintain our dignity. Empathy, in accordance with Stoic values of knowledge, compassion, and self-improvement, enables us to learn from difficult experiences and evolve as individuals. We can deal with disrespect more positively and constructively if we actively practice empathy. Your dedication to getting to this point in the text demonstrates your power and tenacity. 4. Focus on virtue. Stoicism emphasizes wisdom and courage. Living a satisfying life and making ethical decisions require these skills. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, defined virtue as the right reason, which implies following nature and being rational. Stoics believe virtue is everything, making everything else irrelevant. Stoicism advises us to respond virtuously to disrespect. This means we should respond to disrespectful behavior according to our Stoic ideals. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid emotional manipulation, maintain our dignity, and progress personally. Stoicism challenges us to be our best even in difficult situations. This pursuit of perfection requires acceptance. Stoicism teaches us to accept things beyond our control, including disrespect. According to Epictetus, the sensible person rejoices in their possessions rather than lamenting their lack. We should be grateful for what we have and not worry about what we lack. The Stoic dichotomy of control helps us distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions are under our control, while others are not. Therefore, we should not let disrespect disturb our inner calm. Instead, we should accept it as part of life and work on improving ourselves and our situation. Stoic acceptance of contempt prevents wrath, frustration, and resentment. This viewpoint lets us grow from the experience. Thus, we learn to handle contempt rationally. 5. Make use of humor. According to the ancient philosopher Seneca, the soft embrace of laughter holds enormous power. True mastery over oneself is acquired when the ability to navigate matters unworthy of our serious attention effortlessly is harnessed. Stoic philosophies provide us with the vital skills of emotional control and reasoned conduct. However, Stoicism recognizes the importance of humor in our struggle to overcome adversity. In essence, spirit becomes our trusted ally in maintaining emotional balance, eliminating undue rage or aggravation when confronted with disrespect. We can choose a smart comeback or a lighter quip rather than surrendering to the rushing waves of our passionate emotions. Humor should not be used carelessly or excessively. Thus, it must be used with tact and moderation. Nonetheless, the spirit emerges as a vital strategy within Stoicism for gracefully navigating the hazardous seas of disrespect, leading us toward a more positive, harmonious settlement. 6. Define limits. Stoicism emphasizes boundaries. It's about being strong like a rock in the face of disrespect and injustice. Stoic rocks feel valued and demand respect. It controls what it can and gives up what it cannot. You don't have to tolerate or react to rudeness silently. You can stay cool and assertive. Tell them what went wrong and how you want to be treated. Clear, realistic boundaries protect your dignity and self-respect. Stoicism teaches us resilience, fairness, and courage. Suppose someone disrespects you. How do you reply? Do you let anger consume you or forgive? Stoicism has insight into this. Stoics think forgiveness is a gift to ourselves, not a favor to others. It leads to inner calm and contentment. Forgiveness is difficult. It does not mean forgetting or condoning. Instead, it would be best if you chose to let go of the unpleasant feelings that hurt you most. Stoics recommend forgiving sparingly. Compassion and fairness should be applied. Stoicism instructs us to control what we can and give up the rest. Though we can't control others, we can control our responses. Forgiveness frees us from bitterness and resentment. We gain inner peace by choosing this. Stoicism sees forgiveness as a strength, victory, not capitulation, not sacrifice, but reward. The greatest self-care and growth is forgiveness. 7. Modify your viewpoint, change your perspective. Being able to observe things from a wider, more objective perspective is necessary for having a unique perspective. By doing this, you can prevent yourself from overreacting or becoming offended when someone treats you disrespectfully. Rather, it assists you in seeing that when everything is said and done, disrespect is petty. Our views determine our life, as the sage emperor Marcus Aurelius famously said. When you view things this way, you come to understand that most acts of disrespect are brief and unimportant and have no bearing on your true worth or pleasure. Furthermore, you realize that disrespect frequently reflects the ignorance, insecurities, or flaws of the other person rather than your own. As opposed to letting it irritate or disturb you, you have the option to ignore, forgive, or learn from it. This change in viewpoint also helps you to concentrate on your goals, values, and virtues, what really counts in life. Instead of wasting time and energy on resentment or seeking revenge, you might use them to pursue what is worthwhile and beneficial for you. Making this decision will open the door to a happier and more fulfilling life. As a result, anytime you encounter disrespect, remember to adopt an attitude that maintains your composure and directs you toward morally sound decisions. Remember that controlling your emotions rather than repressing them is the true core of Stoicism. These 7 guidelines can help you stay strong and composed in the face of rude and disrespectful behavior. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comment, and share your insights. We're looking forward to hearing about your transformation journey, and remember, change starts with a single step. Thank you for watching.